Welcome to more deck profiles. Sorry for laughing. It's just I'm looking at crawlers on my screen, and this is a thing. So we have a crawler deck profile. This was sent to me by Patrick Rose. He made top 8 at his locals with 25 people, and this is where you click off the video and you walk away and discuss, because we're covering a locals deck profile. That's not my locals, but alas, this is one of the decks that kind of sits on the back burner for a lot of players, and they don't really acknowledge this deck. Understandable. John hates the deck for stream. I get it. It's not the best thing in the world, but nonetheless, it still is a force in the format that is there. It's not 100% tier 1, but this is one of those decks that is there. It's very solidly tier 4. So let's kind of talk about Patrick's deck here, see what's going on, and why he was going through the list of things that he was doing for this. We play triple copies of Receptor. This is the best one. Honestly, it's flipping. You can have one crawler monster from your deck to your hand. Stands at a whole 900. Woohoo. But it actually can search for literally any of these. I like Deus Ex Crawler, though. Probably the best one. And then if this card is on the field, it's face up, leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you'd special summon 2 crawler monsters from your deck of face down defense modes, like they just spam call each other. We have triple copies of Giel, so you can special summon 1 crawler monster from your hand or graveyard in face up or face down defense mode. Well, that seems really good, honestly. And same thing, these face up leaves field because of an opponent's card effect, you get to spam 2 more. Then we have the 1 Deus Ex Crawler. So when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets this face down card, quick effect, flip this card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. After this card will slip face up while it is in the monster zone, negate all monster or all effects activated on your opponent's field. If this card in the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you need to add a level 9 with a different attribute, but I mean, we don't care about that effect. We have the 1 copy of Axon, which is flip, destroy a spell or trap card on the field. 1 copy of Dendrite, send 1 monster from your deck to the graveyard. This is okay. Extenders. We have 1 copy of Spine, which lets you target 1 monster to the field, destroy that monster. And then 1 copy of the Renvir, which target up 2 crawler monsters to the graveyard and recur them back to your hand. So you can see we have a very wide range of toolbox here for this deck. And then we have triple World Legacy in Shadow. All your crawler monsters in the field gain 3 in attack and defense. Woohoo. Big buff, right? And then once per turn, special summon 1 level 2 or lower insect monster from your hand in face down or face up. And when your flip monster is destroyed by battle with the opponent's monster, you get to send the opponent's monster to the graveyard. So this is actually pretty good if we could have actually made this deck, good. And then we have the triple copies of Survivor, which is just excavate the top 5, add 1 crawler or World Legacy card from among them to your hand, and then the rest go to the graveyard. And then for the rest of this turn, you kind of special summon some extra deck except for like monsters. So this card was quite good for being able to search for anything here for your toolbox, or this. We have triple card demise for draw power, of course. Triple Into the Void because we like our draw power. We're stun deck, essentially. 2 copies of Wormbait. If you control an insect monster, special summon 2 worm tokens. And then I can't special summon level 3 or lower monsters. Well, everything's level 2 in this deck except for Deus. I mean, okay. Then we have 1 Terraforming for our field spell. Then we play triple copies of the Mind Meld. So when your opponent's monster activates an effect, when I control a crawler monster, the activated becomes return 1 face of monster your opponent controls to the hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard, target 1 link monster on the field, so summon 1 crawler monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard to your zone that monster points to in face down defense mode. Well, that seems really good. And then, of course, you guys, 2 World Legacy pawns. Target 1 face down monster control, change it to face up, which will, trigger your effects. And then you can shuffle 1 crawler monster from your graveyard into the deck, and then target 1 face up monster you control, change it to face down defense mode. This card actually has good synergy with this. If you can get into a grind game with this, you can get places. We have triple Lost Wind, 2 Compulse, 2 Heavy Storm Duster, 2 Storming, and 2 copies of Reckless Greed, wrapping up this list. Now, that being said, extra deck here, we have 1 Cursed Javelin, 1 Boral Sword, 1 Boral Load, 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 1 Cerberus, one Piccolina, one copy of Behemoth. Just it's flip effect fodder. Like, it's 2 flip monsters to make it. Like, why would you not play this? 1 Linkuriboh, 2 Synthesis, 2 Neurogross, and 2 Qualiarch. And then side deck here we have triple Cosmic, 2 Called by the Grave, 2 Duality, 1 Heavy Storm Duster, 1 Compulse, 1 Storming, 2 Back to the Front, and triple copies of Dark Bribe, wrapping up Mr. Patrick Rose's list. This is particularly interesting. I like this quite a lot. I didn't actually ever think about taking this deck and trying to make it a stun deck. The next list I have here is from Mark Joseph. And he sent me this a little bit back. He was like, alright, Robbie, I'm testing out this Dark World deck. There's a very solid theory here with what he's doing. I was like, alright, cool. So Dark World Dangers, just turbo degeneracy. Don't really care what your opponent's doing. And we're going to just generate this advantage. I'm like, I can get behind that. So, we have 2 copies of Danger Tsuchinoko, 2 Danger Jackalope, triple copies of Mothman, and triple copies of Yield Ogopogo. Alright, and then 2 Nessie, 2 Thunderbird, and 2 Chupacabra, and triple Bigfoot. When 19 cards in your deck are danger monsters, because they all have the ability to trigger when they're discarded. Yay, synergy. We have 1 Zephyros, 1 World Wando, 2 Symbol Skeleton, triple Harpor, 2 Orcus Nightmare, 2 copies of Beige just because it's a free summon that will let you bounce itself back. It's literally value. 2 Brow, triple Snow, triple Graph, triple Denkoseka, triple Gizmek, and then we have triple Desires, triple Allure of Darkness, 1 Card Destruction. Quite honestly, in this deck, I think Card Destruction is probably the best card that you have. Being able to just one-shot drop, trigger massive advantage. Every danger monster being able to trigger. All your Dark World monsters being able to trigger. This card is actually quite insane. Only 2 Dark World dealings. I mean, who needs cheese? We have 2 Super Poly, 2 Response Team, 1 Orchestrated Return, 1 Babel, and 1 copy of Crescendo. Then down here in the extra deck, we have 1 Zero Boros. It's almost like this deck could be a turbo Grand Mandra deck. We have 1 Boral Sword, 1 Saruja, 1 Appaloosa, 1 copy of Longrisu, 1 copy of Galtea, of course, we have to have the Orcus engine, 1 copy of Phoenix, 1 copy of Ye Old Wee Witch's Apprentice, 2 Dingrisu, 1 Azathoth, and 1 Nyarla, 1 Dugress the Timeless. Then we have 1 Starving Venom and 1 Diplexer. All pretty straightforward. Side deck here, we have, of course, triple Nibiru, triple Vanity's Theme because we want to make sure that we can just stun the opponent. We have triple Twin Twister, triple Danger Zone, 2 EV, and 1 copy of Trap Trick, wrapping up this list. Now, the last list here was actually sent to me by Mr. Dom. He said, me and my wife have been working on this list for some time, drawing inspiration from the OCG list, and she managed to get top 8 in Slovenia with it. Hope it's interesting enough for a feature of any kind. Take care and keep up the great content. And I said, alright, so is there anything you want to know here? And they said, we'll get into the deck profile here, but the Endymion Spell and Trap Negator pretty much nuked every rogue matchup. Players had a lot of trouble understanding both engines and misplayed a lot. I can see that quite well. Because they're waiting for Electrum, which almost never came out. And then shout out to Paul Cooper, because he's really cool for coming up with things like this, with his YouTube videos and things like that. And of course, the wifey's name is, it's Nega, I believe it's Nija. I'm terrible with names. But kudos to you for making top 8 in Slovenia. It is a top 8. It is a real regional top. So kudos to you guys, both you, Dom and Nija, for making this and coming to this conclusion off of infinite testing. Very good example of what it takes for time and dedication to get to that top. So, we have triple copies of Endymion, the mighty master of magic, 1 Kaiken, the Kendo spirit, triple copies of Magical Abductor, 2 Magister, 1 Garuda, 1 copy of Jackal, triple Jackal King. We have triple Master Cerberus, 2 Reflection, and triple copies of Servant. Okay? We have 2 Called by the Grave, triple Into the Void, 1 Citadel, triple Mystical Institution, triple Desires, 1 Secret Village, triple Mastery, 1 Terraforming, and 1 Upstart. Then we have 1 Avermax, 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 1 IP, 1 Electromite, 1 Draco Master of the 10 Yi, 1 Boral Sword, 1 Borreload, 1 Soldier of Chaos, 1 Appaloosa, 1 Absolute, 1 Starving Venom, 1 Violet Chimera, 1 Drexpelli, and 1 Vortex. We have 1 Sloth, triple DD Crow, triple Pankratops, 2 Secret Village, triple Super Poly, and triple copies of Red Reboot, wrapping up this chunk of deck profiles. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Well, I'm out, guys. Peace. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a Truffle Shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vanquil40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.